So, this is the final vlog I'm going to be doing over this 8-week project of Guys and Dolls. Our final performance was 2 days ago, and I feel it went really, really great. It was such a sense of achievement, and all the sort of things that went wrong in the first performance we sort of cleared up for the last performance, and we really had a good time. I feel like everyone's really grasped how everyone works as characters, and everyone's worked really well as a team, and I think we all really will miss it a little bit. It has been really great, and I've learnt so much in the fact of comical acting, how to use ad-libs effectively, how to move quickly with blocking, and how different directors work. So it's made me see that over a whole that you know, all directors that you work with are going to be different, and the fact of no director's the same, no direction is the same, and that you've really got to be an open book as to say, you know, this is what I am, what do you want to use with me, how do you want to use me, and what sort of character do you want me to be like. I feel over this project I've worked really closely with David in the fact of how he wants my acting style, and that when I'm not quite doing something right, he'll always get up there and show me like himself doing it. And I feel like as a class that's really been beneficial to us. Just for the moments when we're not quite grasping what's going on, David has been able to get up there, show us how he wants it to be done, and it's really gave us a good idea of how he wants us to do it. And I feel like that's really nice in the fact that, you know, it's quite bluntly honest, and that's what I think I need, of the fact that if I'm doing something wrong, someone should just tell me, and that's how I feel I learn, is that people just saying, yeah, you're not quite doing that right, if you just do it like this will be improved so much nicer. And I feel like over this project that's really been beneficial to me, and has helped me learn a lot in quick thinking, in watching someone quite detailed, and how they're using their movements, how they're using the words, how they're projecting, and how they're using the accent. And yeah, it's been a really fun process, and I've really enjoyed it. As my characters developed, I feel like my accents come on from the start, from not being able to do a New York accent at all, to having an average concept of how a New York accent works. And again, with the comical side of acting, that's something that I'd never done before, and that's really opened my eyes to see how it works. In the fact that you've really got to work with an audience when you're telling jokes. Let them in, let them have the laughter, because at the start of a musical, if you don't let them in and you don't let them see how the jokes are being used, and you cut them off straight away, they're not gonna come in with you. They're gonna let go, and they're gonna drift off, and it just means throughout the rest of the performance they won't be there, and they won't be. You won't be able to, you know, use them and work with them as an audience. One thing I did have is the fact of I had to change costumes. So when we did our performance, that was quite a last minute thing, is that the fact that we had to change costumes at the late stage, just because the costume I was originally given was not in the right period. It was more 70s, you know, with the flared trousers. You know, I need the sort of straight trousers with the thick collars and the pinstriped. But, you know, it was really good because, again, it added to the character. It made me feel more in character. It was a 3-piece suit, which was really nice. It was nice and blue, and I just really had a nice time with it. And it's bits like that I've really enjoyed, is the fact of grabbing all the concept of the period of the piece, saying that you need to be using the right language, you need to be talking in the right ways. You know, they wouldn't have said certain words back then. They wouldn't have had things like mobile phones, and just working with the period and working with getting more into character and making the whole performance realistic, and being as real as it can be in the musical theatre heightened world. That is another thing that as a character I try to be as much as I possibly can. David always said that every character needs to be really melodramatic, needs to be heightened in what they're saying. The whole piece was really out there and energised, and everything people said was energised, and when you let the energy drop, that's when the character drops too. So that was a big thing I worked on throughout the whole process, is keeping the energy up, keeping the pace going, and keeping the fact that realising what was going on, and although it may have been quite a serious scene or not as energised scene, you still needed to punch the lines through, keep the energy up as much as possible, and keep the pace going. I felt for next time when doing a project like this, there's a few things I would do differently. So going back to the start, it would be research into all possible characters, see what that's out there, and just make sure I have a greater understanding of what characters I could go up for. Just so when it comes to auditioning, you know, I have a broader mindset of what could happen, and you know, I'm not pigeonholing myself into just going for one part, and I'm opening myself up and saying, I'm here as an actor. What sort of parts do you want me to play, and what possible parts could I play? And it's also doing the research and making sure that I'm up to date with all my lib for my auditions, all my songs for my auditions, and making sure that they're the best they can be, and giving myself the best chance I can have at getting a good part, and the part that would suit me best. And that's something that I'll take on, I think, throughout this course, and throughout sort of, because I do a lot of shows outside of college, auditions for them too, making sure that I'm really up to scratch with my auditions, giving myself the best possible chance, and making the auditioners see that what I can do, and giving them sort of a good realistic view of what I would be like as the character. So yeah, thank you, and that is all of my video logs done for my Unit 8 project of Guys and Dolls. Bye bye!